Even before Broadchurch hit the screens, it was already billed as the one to watch on viewers' radars. For many years, broadcasters were desperate for a drama that could rival Danish thriller The Killing, and this new ITV series delivers the goods.
Set in a coastal town, the drama begins with the discovery of a local boy's body. His father, played by Andrew Buchan, is understandably devastated by his son's death, but his own alibi for the night in question soon begins to fall apart. If you've missed any of the action so far, here's Taster. Right, so this is where, I mean, the thing about this is that when you were filming this yourself, you had no idea who the murderer is. None of you did. None of the cast have any idea who it actually is. So while you're filming those scenes that we've seen there, even though the plot's unfolding, you still don't know.
I had no idea. No, Chris, the writer, very purposely kept everyone in the dark until, you know, we went right up until episode 7 before people knew. And so I liked it. It kind of like let it unroll, unravel kind of chronologically, and let people kind of. There's the ambiguity of kind of watching people on screen and kind of haven't they, but they're not kind of playing any intentional. I am a killer. I'm not a killer. I am whatever. So
because I keep thinking that when I'm watching, I'm watching their faces, your face so clearly, like going right. Are they giving any clues here? Are they guilty?
Yeah,
are they guilty? But then you don't know yourself.
No idea. No, and so. You know, even as a cast, you're kind of walking around, or if, say, you're doing a scene with someone, then you're looking at them thinking, could it have been you? Has he written it? Is it you? Why did you just do that then with that piece of paper? What are you doing? Did you just look at me a bit cross? Or, you know, it's like, why didn't... So there are so many different ways. I suppose it's what we do in real life, isn't it? That we interpret things rightly or wrongly in so many thousands of different ways. And I don't know. I suppose that's why Chris has done it, to have David Bradley as the news agent guy, and to have, you know, Pauline Quirk playing that fantastic character.
And it's
like, well, it must be her, or maybe it's not. Or maybe, what's she doing? Why is she there? Why is there? And so it's so intricately woven. He's done a fantastic.
Well, there are things thrown in, because right at the tail end of last week's there was the skateboard in in her caravan, in Pauline Quirk's caravan. You know, but all of these sort of because it's designed for you to look at everyone and be suspicious of everyone.
Yeah, get out your own little notepads and jot down all the clues.
And also difficult for you as actors, because the way some of the scenes were directed, especially when you had to go into your son, into Danny's, into the room where his body was, nobody went in. You didn't go in until the cameras were rolling.
No, I mean, that's all credit to James, really. James Strong was the director, and him and A. Roslin, who directed other episodes. Such tremendous freedom for actors, because James came in and I was kind of effectively sitting in a green room, or just a room off the side, and he said, you're not going to see it until we do it. We'll have a camera roughly. He got out a piece of paper, I think, and he roughly drew a little diagram of, like, this is the rough shape of the room, and Olivia's kind of good-ish going to be here, but don't worry about any of that. Just go in, he will be there, and let's just do it. And as an actor, that's a dream to do.
Yeah.
Because you're not worrying about, is the light on that side of my face, or do I have a mark, or any of that television stuff. You know,
it's almost like theatre suddenly.
It's just real, exactly. And it's just the sign of good directors if you can have that freedom, you know.
And that freedom must be wonderful, but at the same time, it must be quite harsh on you. I mean, do you find yourself at the end of the day not being able to switch off from it? Because it's really tough to watch. Ride. So actually being in it and acting it and taking yourself to that place must be quite hard.
It was 4 months of very, very hard material, and very gruelling and dark, you know, dealing with such a dark subject matter. But Jodie and I would never be so big-headed or cocky to presume to know that we actually do know what it's like to lose a child, because that must just be horrific. But we did try to, we researched it, we chatted to people, and we did try to get as close to being real as we possibly could, you know.
Well, you went to the town is also amongst the stars of the show. I mean, the way it's shot, the way it looks.
It's another character.
You visited this beautiful Jurassic coast in Dorset to get a feel of it before you started filming.
To get a feel of it and try and get a feel of the accent as well. And the first taxi driver I got was from Glasgow, so that was a huge help. And then there was another taxi driver, and I phoned the taxi company for the journey back, and I was like, I really need someone from Dorset, because it's a half-hour journey. It'd be great to soak some stuff up. And he was like, fantastic. And you're definitely from here. And then, and then this Cockney started slipping out during the journey. I was like, where are you from? He was like, I'm from East Ham. I was like, what's gone on here? Did you miss something on the call? Or this entire journey is a waste of time. I almost felt like getting out and just chatting to a yokel.
It looks very small. The town looks very
It
tiny.
is very kind of, yeah.
So, being there for 4 months, you must have got to know it very well.
Well, we did. We filmed the bits in Bristol and we filmed bits in Bridport and West Bay down in Dorset. And you do, yeah. I mean, it is kind of, it is as you see it on the TV. It's you know, little tiny shops and kind of people kind of. I mean, when I went down there, obviously I was looking at it through a slightly different lens in my head, and you know, like a deserted street and a crisp packet would just slowly roll along the street, and it all just becomes slightly dramatic in your own head. But it's a very small town, and everybody knows everyone's business, and so exactly like Chris has written it, there isn't one thing that you would imagine you don't know about another person in that town. And the fact that things are getting unearthed, it's like, oh, it's shocking and very, very real, because, you know, things do happen in modern day.
Well, we've tread so carefully. I have to say that we don't know
We have
anything.
no idea. I don't want
anything.
to know. I'm glad that we don't know.
We've desperately been careful not to ask any questions that might spoil anything.
Yeah.
What we can show you is a clip from tonight's episode, and you are actually questioned by the police, and here it is.
Oh my goodness
just
me.
brilliant. And David Tennant and Olivia Colman are...
I know, what did you say about them? They're
Phenomenal.
fantastic.
Phenomenal. I was very lucky boy to be put in that cast. Exceptional people, exceptional. I mean, I think, you know, David's an unbelievable actor. I'd always admired him for many a year. Olivia I knew nothing about. I knew her as an actress, but I didn't know her as a person.
Magnificent.
Have you ever met her as well?
Yes, I have.
She's just the most lovely lady. And Jodie Whittaker is quite possibly the funniest girl I've ever met ever.
Who's your wife, Beth?
Who's my wife, Beth, yeah. And so those kind of immediate cast of David and Olivia and Jodie, it was just a joy to work with. You know, even though we're dealing with such horrible material, it was brilliant actors and just really decent humans.
It is,
Well, it's wonderful.
It's
I'm looking
so
forward to tonight's
classy.
episode
It's
even more.
so fantastic. You must watch it if you haven't seen it so far. Catch up with
Yeah,
it.
do.
Broadchurch
Highly
tonight
recommend
at
it.
9 on ITV1. How's Amy?
Amy's very well, yeah.
Thinking
She's
about
good.
the next Downton?
But she's, can't disclose that kind of info.
You'd rather tell us who done it than say that. In less trouble.
OK, well, we won't
Thank you very
discuss
much.
that then. It's worth a try. Thank you very much.
Thank you.